What's up?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Nadu.
What's up, Nadu? Ladies and gentlemen.
Vince is a hunter. He might stay on for that. So
yeah. Stay tuned, Jeremy.
Yeah, we'll be
the
talking
show
about
for you.
Palms. Gaylord Porn Palms.
Yep. Mr. Porn Palms here.
Stefan.
So yeah, speaking of that, MTE is a few weeks away. We'll be there. Can't wait.
Stoked. I cannot wait. I need it.
See all our family, which is what we pretty much are.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like times like now, I'm tired. It's cold outside. Tired. Had a rough year or whatever. Like you go to MTE, just kind of get re-energized and ready to go again. So I'm ready for that re-energization.
You had a Phil was watching.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I haven't seen him pop up yet. What up, Nick?
Yeah, we can't wait. So before we go too much further, of course, we are going to promote our Dent Slayer friends. Hold on. Let me pull this up because we where's he at here?
What up, Nick? Yeah, we're excited to see you, brother. Excited to brag to you in person about how the shot blockers and the paddles names. I forget the paddles names, but they're great. Like I love them. So
well, I can't find it, but what James had sent us. Anyway, squirrel.
Are you talking about the training?
Well, yeah, but there was some newer stuff because when we first started, they had some promos and that for Black Friday, but now it's I think what he's talking about is kind of what they went over on their last podcast, but the online training platform that they have, it's not just Dent Slayer stuff. They're trying to be a central hub for any and everybody that's got training out there. You have, a video you want them to promote and put out as well. It could be for anything. It could be editing videos for PDR. It can be whatever it is. If you've got something that you think people can benefit from, they can do that.
I think it's really cool too.
Yeah.
I know don't they have like Tom Price's some of his training up right now?
Yeah, they got the TNT, the Tom and Terry one, the DVD set from that series up, and I think there's some other ones that they're trying to, convert from DVD to digital to be able to do it. And
you got some VHS in there.
Oh shit! But no, y'all go check out dentslayer.com. Of course, training tools, and you can get their stuff over at A1 as well. But here's a little video real quick. I'm telling you, if I was in my 20s, I'd be headbanging the hell out of that song right now.
Yeah, I'll knock something loose.
I know. I'll throw my back out trying to do it now. But yeah, y'all go over and check out at dentslayer.com. And Matt's always innovating new stuff. So
yeah, wonder what he's going to bring to MTE. I'm kind of excited.
I don't know yet, but I know he's got some stuff. So
of course he does. It's Matt.
Definitely exciting. So yeah, y'all go check them out. Dentslayer.com. Speaking of that, we've got our guest on who is with another great tool company.
Also, one of the when I was a Dent Wizard Tech, found out about podcasts and stuff, found PDR College, but PDR Tool Time was another one of them. Every time an episode came out, I had to watch or listen to on my drives back and forth from Nashville. That's why Toledo had the podcast the other night and Grom was on. I was like, PDR Tool Time, bring it back. Such a fan of that show. They killed it with it.
Well, let's bring old Vince on here real quick. What's up, brother?
Howdy, y'all.
Oh, did you get your mic and all that working now?
I did not, but I got my headphones. I felt left out,
Yeah. Well, at least you cover your hair up so you're not bald like us. So
Yeah.
I
got some hair now. I kind of need to be.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
he can grow more than I can. So I look like
usually-
Bozo if I grow it out.
I think I have time to shave.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Vinny, I've actually been wanting to see if you want to come on for a while now, and I just keep forgetting to ask you. I know you're busy and stuff too, but no, we're
I'm always available for you guys. Always.
Oh,
yeah.
Even when you're trying to get ready for MTE and Brandon's like, "Hey, you want to spend an hour talking to us?"
Twist my arm.
Man.
No, I enjoy you guys' show. I watch it almost every week. So,
well, I know y'all are gearing up for MTE, but before we get into that, let's kind of start off by just getting how your background in PDR, like how you got started, what you were doing before you heard about PDR. You know, where you are now. I mean, we all know you're an Anson, but give us a story of where it began.
Well, I was 20 years old. I was working at a printing company, going to school for graphic arts and stuff like that. Along with, I thought my career was going to be in printing. And I had a buddy of mine, Joe Wilson, out of Chicago, and he was a few years older than me, and he worked for Dent Wizard. I'm like, dude, you need to get me a job. This is really good money. You're like 22 years old, and you own a house, drive a nice car and stuff. He's like, no, man, you're too young. I can't get you a job. I'm like, please, just give me an interview. So he got me an interview, and I guess I charmed the pants off of the vice president of the company at the time. And Chicago was a corporate Dent Wizard. I think at the time it was Chicago, St. Louis, and LA were all corporate, and there might have been another one in there. So I got an interview, I got the job, and then they told me how much I was going to make. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't make that much in training. I already make this much. And he's like, well, you're like the youngest guy we've ever hired at 20 years old, corporate here. And so I accepted the offer, and Joe Wilson and his dad. Yeah. His dad.
Rob's an old timer.
Yeah. Rob. So, I started in Chicago, actually 95. So 30 years ago, this time in January, I was in Dent Wizard Training School.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been around for quite a bit. I stayed with Dent Wizard until 2000. They transferred me out to LA because I wanted to be a rock star. I had a record contract with the band I was with in Chicago offered to us in LA. So I'm like, I'm going to be a rock star. I'm moving out to LA. And Dent Wizard, if you want me to work, pay for my trip. And they did. So they transferred me out there. And that was in 98. And then 2000, I left them and started my own thing. And that was fun. I was driving around a Mazda B2000 for about 3-4 months, nice. trying to make it on my own, trying to stay out of their account so I didn't get sued and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. When I was in LA, I was primarily stuck at Hertz and Budget at LAX, which is a fleet of 30,000 cars and 40,000 cars. So it was me and Mike Ordaleza, Mike O. You guys might know him.
Heard that name.
MT once in a while. We were in charge of all the cars, and we had a supervisor that would write up the cars and we'd go and do them. And it was really good money. I was, at that time I was 23, 24 years old, living out in LA, trying to be a rock star, hanging out in Hollywood and playing the whiskey and the Roxy and doing all those things that I wanted to do in my youth. And then I met my dream killer, my wife.
Dream killer.
That's a term of endearment around.
Yes,
right. Yeah, we get it.
This year we'll actually be married 25 years. So.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
That's how it was for us. October was 25 for us.
Yeah. So
y'all are old.
I know, right? I made the point of getting married in 2000. That way, it's easy to remember.
Right.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So once I started my own gig, I rode around and got accounts. I did a lot of body shops and a lot of detail shops. And when you're in LA or Orange County, if you have a Mercedes or a BMW, you can't drive around with a tiny little ding in your car.
Mhm.
And you can't charge less than $100 because they think you're scamming them. If you want to charge $50 for a dent? No, you must be terrible. So so I did that, and I started slowly building a retail end of it, and I was doing mobile retail, and then years later I started going to MTE with Mike Toledo. I was trying to remember the first year. It was somewhere around 2005, 2008, somewhere in between there. And we haven't missed one yet.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and that's when Toledo had called me up out of the blue. I didn't know this guy at all. Some guy in San Diego. He's like, "Hey, I got this website. I'm getting a lot of calls from your area. Do you want me to send them up to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. No problem." And this is right when Mike was getting going on social media and doing all sorts of good stuff with advertisement. And next thing you know, I'm getting like, $5,000 to $8,000 a month from Mike Toledo, 10 times, in referrals. And I felt guilty about it. Right.
Mhm.
So I'm like, "Dude, I got to give you something." He's like, just give me $300 a month. I'm like, "Okay, no problem."
Yeah, I can sleep
right?
So, that's so cool though. That's awesome.
Yeah. So ever since then, that was about after a year of that, we started getting closer, and that's when we decided to go to MTE for the first time. And we made the trip out there. Mary Toledo, she's like, "You better take care of my husband. I don't know you." She was very protective of him.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
Not like she isn't now, right?
Yeah, I know about that. That's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Inseparable. It was definitely a shit show when we used to go out there. We would, this is back in like Girls Gone Wild days. You remember those, right?
Mhm.
And Mike had that big old camera, and he always had the most expensive equipment. Canon, like big thing with big light comes on, and I was his camera guy for years. We would go to MTE, and I would shoot all his footage, and he would be the man behind the mic, and we had a great time every year going.
That's great.
And
the mic behind the mic.
Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. In the meantime, I started growing my business and doing more retail, got away from the body shops. And then I was like 90% retail. And I decided, Mike talked me into starting a bumper division of my company. So I hired a painter that I knew and started doing bumper repairs and PDR. And then that grew rapidly to the point where we're like, we got to get a shop. And I was a little bit fearful of getting a shop at first. So no one in PDR had shops. There was maybe 3 to 5 shops in the country at the time. And Mike kept on telling me, get a shop. So I got a shop, and it took off exponentially. There's 2 things in my Dense No More was my company name, in my career with that was really good, was A, taking credit cards, and B, getting a shop.
Yeah. Skyrocketed after that, huh?
It did. Yeah, it really did. I ended up kicking out the detailer and taking over the shop on my own. And we got away from doing mobile altogether and just did it. It's like a natural progression, it seems like. And a lot of you guys have done the same thing.
Yeah, same exact thing.
Once you get to that comfortable level that you don't have to go out and do mobile, it's nice. It really is.
Did you,
all your tools are available. You're not like, crap, I didn't bring this one tool that I need for that. You got everything in the shop. It's heated, in our case, cooled. Like, get to be comfortable while you work. Brandon's ain't cool because he's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so convenient. And I feel like I can give better repairs in the shop than I can out on the street somewhere.
No, exactly.
Did y'all put up a paint booth or just a makeshift area in the shop, I guess, to do the bumpers, like curtains or anything?
We actually did it all outside.
Okay. That's how I used to do it.
Outside. Yeah. And even in California, you were allowed to paint up to a gallon a day. Now, if you're doing bumpers, you would never even come close to spraying. No. We did 2 to 3 bumper blends a day or something, maybe a complete bumper, a couple blends.
Were y'all using water based?
We did, yeah. We did PPG water base,
and still only a gallon, huh?
Yeah,
that's crazy,
isn't it? Well,
I know.
we were never stopped, honestly, and
Yeah.
and we would be in Newport Beach, the highest per capita, rich people in the world, and spraying bumpers out in parking lots, and no one ever stopped us ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We used to.
Definitely,
I remember painting bumpers, or we do small conventional repair on site. And I mean, at a used car lot right next to the other one, and using that PPG water base, you never got overspray on that other. It was so amazing.
Yeah,
but
using small Awada, mini jets and stuff like that, and
and that fast clear that it'd cure in 15 minutes. And
by
the time you spray it there, and even if overspray landed over here, you just wipe it right off.
Exactly. Blend it out and burn it in and all that stuff. And it was a really good business. In fact, I got a second painter because my first painter got our trailer stolen with $30,000 worth of equipment. I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? So I went and headhunted another guy from Dent Wizard, actually. And to this day, I actually, when I moved from California to Texas almost 5 years ago, I sold the business to him during COVID. So
I remember you selling and everything when you moved back to Texas.
Yeah, TJ, I know clear's still solvent based, but
the
paint's not. The paint is the water based. Yeah.
Stephen, a lot of people want to do mobile first, like Vince was saying. That's a lot of people's past. Like, you're building up that money while you're doing mobile to be able to get to where you're in a situation to get a shop. So ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And my dream killer, she was along the way. That she encouraged me. She always had my back, took my best judgment, and it's like, go ahead, do it. Take that risk, take the risk. And a lot of it was myself trying to get over the fear of failing, because I was never comfortable with my life failing at anything.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I decided to go out on my own, it's one of them things. Yeah, it's fearful, you're scared. But like I explained it to everybody, it's when you do that and you do, whether you're going to go out mobile on your own or get a shop or whatever, you're going to put 100% of your time and effort into that to make sure it doesn't fail.
Absolutely.
Instead of it being a side hustle, which you only do a percentage of it.
Yeah.
But especially when you have me, I had 5 people to take care of.
So you got mouse
I'm going to make it work.
Too. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. And I think that's what kind of divides a lot of people out there is, taking that risk and putting your head down and working hard. Yeah. Really, there's many nights, you guys know, you go to bed thinking about today and worrying about tomorrow. And, you're just, it's a grind. It's a rewarding grind. I love it.
Yeah, but it is a grind. That's what people give me shit for, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like my mind at 4 o'clock in the morning, that mind's running like, let's go get some shit done. And it's, what else am I gonna do? Sit on the couch and think about getting it done? Why not just get it done? So plus from 4 to 8, I get more stuff done from 4 to 8 than I do from 8 to 5. So.
Exactly.
See, me and Andy are total opposite. I'm after 5 o'clock, I can fly through something.
Yeah.
But or I can work till 2 a.m. if I have to or need to. I get more done. But
you're right, Tad. It's very rewarding being a small business owner. It is, but it is work.
Yeah.
But along the years, that's when MTE, we started doing the Drunk Tool review. You guys probably remember that.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of evolved into the podcast, PDR Tool Time. So that was me, John Hiley, Mike Toledo, and Daniel Grom. And they asked me to do it years prior, and I didn't want to do it. I never really wanted to throw my face out in the public like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, what do I have to offer? I'm just an old PDR guy with 5 tools to do all my dents. But they're like, no, you're perfect, because we need to convince you. You need to buy new tools.
Yeah.
And that took off. We had a huge opportunity to we didn't know what we were doing, because at the time it was PDR College. They came on the scene and they talked more business strategy. We're PDR tool time. We're like, let's talk tools, techniques, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to produce the show for 4 years. So, and in 4 years, we were on every single week, as you know, Andy.
Yeah.
And I think in 4 years, we missed one episode every single week. We were committed.
Yeah.
And that opened up a lot of opportunities, and that's where Anson came knocking. Anson had invited all of us out to one of I think a Christmas party or an open house, and we went out there, and we're like, this is awesome. This is like a mini MTE right here in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And myself and Daniel were driving up to downtown Fort Worth. We were staying downtown, and Craig Dyer and Lisa, his wife, they were in the front seat taking us out to dinner. And I go, this town is really cool. This is awesome. I bet my wife could live here one day. And Craig Dyer doesn't miss anything, right? He heard me say that. So I think it was maybe 3 or 4 months later, Christina, the owner of Anson, and Craig got on the plane and came out to California, and they said, we want to offer you a position teaching the IMI course, which is, the electric vehicle power down procedure course. I don't know. I got it pretty good here, but I am kind of ready for a change. California sucks. It wasn't what it used to be.
Right.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, it was getting worse.
You got a good time too.
I did. So I said, they made me an offer. I said, well, that's a little bit less than, PDR money, but they gave me some incentives to grow with the company. And so I said, you got to wait 2 years until my son is graduated grade school before I can move. So as you guys know, I was traveling all over the place teaching the IMI course up to Canada, all over the United States. It was really good. It was a really good program, and is a really good program. But COVID killed that. And, I couldn't travel anymore. I couldn't go and teach classes up in Minnesota or anywhere. Definitely not Canada. And when that happened, we were already in the mode of moving to Texas. I got blinders on. I'm moving my family to Texas. I'm out. And so we moved, and I got here. It's like, what the hell are we going to do? Because at the time, Anson was in the middle of COVID. They made a certain amount of money. I said, well, this ain't enough. Let's grow this business. So I kind of took what I knew from my business and applied it to their business, and some of the graphic arts that I used to do and stuff like that, and social media. And that's kind of my role there now, just kind of the go-to guy to put fires out, run around and do the social media stuff, develop tools with Craig, which is a lot of fun.
I can imagine.
So
I could have a lot of fun doing that with y'all.
I just have a lot of fun at Anson if I work there. Like every day,
it is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we made it to one open house, and I walked in. I swear, angels started singing, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! I can fix dents here all day."
But when they thought they were going to break me, because when I first moved there, it was June. And I don't know if you've ever been in Texas in the summer, but
that's the same here. It's
Alabama. Jeez.
Oh God, it's brutal.
And the old Anson was just a metal shack of a building, if you've ever been there. And it looked like a barn, but it was nice. Once you walked in, you're like, oh, this is really nice. But it's nothing like it is now. Now it's like, oh, like Andy said.
Yeah, it really is. It's like a candy store.
Exactly. And I guess I take it for granted coming there every day and seeing all those tools. But for 4.5 years now, I could fix dents and don't have to fix them 100% now. You know what I mean?
You're doing wholesale.
I do wholesale work. Exactly.
Are you still doing any your training and stuff yourself there, or?
No, not at all. That the IMI classes, the electric vehicle classes, kind of got shut down when Kiko bought TDN. So that kind of Chris White's focus wasn't so much on that as much as selling tools and things like that. So So that kind of just dwindled down to nothing. And really, it was a great opportunity to teach guys, proper procedures and not get electrocuted while working on, electric cars and stuff like that, and also get paid, for doing it, having a certification. And it was a great program. I still to this day get guys calling me, "Hey, how do I power this down?" So
I definitely I was trying to work it out to come out there, but then it was no more. So anyway. Yeah, we just fix them without powering it down now.
Yeah.
Just hope for the best.
Yeah, for the best. Blue pull
Don't
it.
stab that wire. Yeah.
Blue pull. Well, the main thing is to stay away from those orange cables, honestly, because we're working with metal tools, and there's you could go on Google arc blast or arc flash and see what happens when you come in contact. So
we got a Tesla coming in beginning of February with hail damage. I'm like, oh great.
You'd be fine because all the top panels, there's no orange cables.
Okay.
The main thing is going to be wherever the charging port is. Even when you're breaking down a car, taking foot rails off or kick panels off and stuff like that, you're not really going to come in contact with them.
Oh, looks like I didn't know you did one with Dent Wizard. That's cool.
Yeah,
my class.
I did. I went, which was kind of funny because Dent Wizard fired me back in the day. So, and it was full circle to come back, like 15 years later, and teach 30 people at Dent Wizard Corporate in St. Louis. The class, the power down class.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Since according to some fun people, maybe named Alan. All you need to do is watch a bunch of YouTube videos to know how to power down a car vent.
Oh yeah, yes.
He must be speak to text vents.
Yeah.
I'm like, car vents.
Car vents.
Car vents.
That's that southern accent. Yeah.
So I want to know a little more about this band you were in.
Okay. Well, the band I was in Chicago, we used to play in front of like 2,000 people, 3,000 people, and it was good. And we moved out to California, and the deal that we had, I was the only one that had a job, by the way. Right?
So you're the support.
I became the support. And when we were presented with the deal, it was a good deal. It was like $1 million contract, but it was also something that had to be paid back in residuals.
Oh wow.
And I didn't have enough confidence with the three other knuckleheads that I moved out there with that, I thought I was going to be on the line for all this money because I'm paying for this condo we're staying in until we got, money from them and all that stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, this is bullshit. This ain't going to work out. So I ditched them and I started playing with a few other bands in Hollywood. And ask them about Flea. That's a funny story. I hung out with a lot of cool people.
What'd you play?
Bass guitar. Bass. Yeah.
What can you
punk rock
the band names?
No, it was like alt punk,
Okay.
Alternative punk, pop punk, I guess you'd call it nowadays. We thought we were pretty hard rocking back then, but not really.
So what were the bands, dude?
No one you never know of.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know.
Yeah. We never made it out of California.
But I mean, getting to play like Whiskey A Go-Go, places like that. I mean, that's freaking awesome. Well,
the band that I played with there was a band called Eddie Starr and the Zero Effect. And I was
I've heard of them.
Bass player. Yeah. And they had what was it? The producer was the guy that produced Michael Jackson albums.
Okay.
I forgot the guy's name. But when you play at Whiskey or Roxy, those are pay to play places and they're showcase places. So there's like, here's your stack of tickets, go sell them.
Yeah.
And you're hoping the industry people show up to see your show and then, cut you a record contract and stuff like that. So that band was heavily produced. I was never on the album. I was the hired gun to play live.
Okay.
I did that. And then another band that I was with for 3 or 4 years, it was the Go Lords. So
Ah,
we never left California, but we opened up for the Misfits, and
Oh shit.
Cadillac Tramps was a big band out there. They're a psychobilly band.
okay.
So they were really good. We used to tour around the West with them, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
Trying to think of some.
what's the
That's
story
a-
about Flea?
Flea, I went to a musician's workshop, and there's like 15 of us there. And let me close the door in case my wife is listening.
You know she get on Facebook, right?
She knows the story. So I was dating the stripper that I met at the Seventh Veil up in Hollywood, right?
Red just turned as red as Dapper Bear over here.
He's like, damn you, Hudson.
But yeah, so I met her at I didn't meet her at the Seventh Veil, but we, Raising Hail at the Seventh Veil. That's Motley
Okay.
Crue lined, and
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of strip clubs up in Hollywood. And I took her with me, and so Flea's doing his thing. My guitar player's like, "Oh yeah, my bass player's here. He wants you to sign his bass." He's like, "Yeah, no problem. Bring it over when I'm done." So there was little breaks in between the workshop, and the girl that I was dating needed to go to the bathroom, so she went to the bathroom. And next thing you know, like Flea went to the bathroom, and she was smoking hot, right? And she didn't come back for like an hour, and Flea didn't come back for like an hour, right?
Oh man.
So when she comes back, I'm like, "Hey, where were you?" She's like, "Oh, I was talking to Flea. We're gonna go out sometime. He gave me his number." And I'm like, "Well, that fucking sucks. Why the hell would you do that? You're here with me." Right?
But you're not Flea.
Right. And she's not a girl that I would ever bring home or marry or anything like
Right.
that. But I was kind of into her.
Yeah. You're like,
And
damn, just like that, huh?
just like that. So we got in the car to drive her off, and she was still mouthing off about it. And I just pulled over on the side of the road and said, "Get out."
Tramp.
Yeah. So I kicked her out of the car. A month later, she calls me. She's like, "Hey, do you want to go to this club up in Hollywood?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So come pick me up. I go to pick her up. She's like, I'm about to pick her up. She calls me on the phone and says, "Hey, I told my boyfriend you're gay,
Oh my God.
so I could go out with you." I'm like, "All right." So I walk up to the door. "Hi, I'm here to pick up your girlfriend. Go to this club with her."
What the
That's awesome.
hell?
Fucking California.
Exactly. So
Oh, damn.
the funny part about this story is the club that we went to that night, I met my wife.
Well,
No shit.
Yeah.
There
you got that gay there too.
Yeah.
Your wife thought you was gay to begin with.
It was kind of a fetish night at the club, and my wife, we're not fetish people, but she was dressed up like a Catholic schoolgirl. I'm like, I need to talk to her. 12 years of Catholic school. I'm there.
At least she wasn't dressed as a foot.
Right?
Jackson, this just keeps getting better and better. You ain't lying like it's the story progresses. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Damn
That's
soap
awesome,
opera.
though.
Yeah. Someone asked if I played with Black Flag. I played with Circle Jerks, not the Black Flag, unfortunately.
It was Rob.
Yeah.
And
Rob.
Hudson said emo. And all I can think of is you like with the hair down over your eye. Tonight's the night where I will fall for you.
It was called Cops back then, not emo.
Yeah.
Sure. Hudson wouldn't troll nobody.
No. But no, California was good to me until it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think as you get older, your morals change a little bit, and your direction in life, and you become a little bit more I don't know, conservative.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even though I lived in a pretty highly conservative area, Orange County is super conservative, very red.
Mhm.
And it was still I lived in Long Beach, which was right next to Orange County, and all those guys from Sublime, they were buds of mine and stuff like that. Actually Bud, the drummer, and Eric, he lived down the street from me. So when you're around those guys, it's different. It's just like talking to you guys. You know what I mean? They don't want you to go up there and be like, oh my God, you're Bud or you're Eric or whatever. So they're just regular dudes. Those guys like to party a little bit too much.
I can imagine it. They've had years of practice.
Yeah. They have.
What was the lead singer's name? Bradley.
No. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like listening to them now, traveling around and stuff, and they still sound damn good.
Yeah. I wasn't in Long Beach 5 seconds before I met this guy that grew up with them. And our lead singer in the Go Lords, he was actually the second guitar player for Sublime for years.
Okay.
And so he was our lead singer. But he had he's like, oh yeah, my buddy Doug. I'm still friends with Doug to this day. And he brought me to their house, and it was very somber because even though I had been dead for almost a year, everyone was still kind of like living like he was there.
Yeah.
So it was very weird. Yeah. Because their record blew up after he died.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Huh. We got a dyke on the show. Go Lords to Door Lords. What a life, man.
A life, yes. Well, actually, Mike Toledo named them the Door Lords, so I didn't have anything to do with that one.
And then you'll be at the Gay Lord shortly.
I'll be at the Gay Lord. Yes. Can't get away.
Good. Can't get away.
Next Go Lord at the Gay Lord with the Door Lords.
Right.
Say that 5 times.
I still have some CDs. Maybe do you guys got a CD player? Maybe I'll bring one for you.
Somewhere.
Oh yeah. My daughter listens to it. She got a disc changer in her car, and I was getting her the Apple CarPlay. She's like, just please don't get rid of my disc changer. I'm like, what the heck? Where do you even find CDs anymore? Like she's in that old school shit. So
yeah. People,
that's cool.
We talk about driving and texting, and back in the day, we were driving and flipping through the giant book of CDs trying to find it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My mistake figure. They're pretty sick right now.
Yeah.
I think they just did their last tour.
Yeah. They're worried about his son singing. I talked to my buddy Doug, and his buddy might be, I'm sorry, his son might be heading down the same path as his father did. So hopefully not. Hopefully he changes his ways.
That's the set at the Gay Lord, or at the strip club. He was a Gay Lord.
Chad with the
tapes. Oh yeah, the guy. This guy only actor he knows is Clint Eastwood. So yeah, that makes all the sense. He still writes invoices on like rock and chisel.
That's why it works out.
That's old school as it gets.
The 8-tracks. A funny story about that. I was up in Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago. And I still go back there for Christmas. My mom's 86 years old, and we go there for Christmas. And I went behind the bar because if you're in Chicago and you have a basement, you have a bar in your basement, right? That's like a given thing. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't been back here. And I dusted off a couple 8-tracks. There was a Saturday Night Fever 8-track.
It's probably a disco ball in there too somewhere.
There probably is.
Probably the little one.
What were my parents doing after we went to bed?
Heck yeah. I was in the basement. So. Oh goodness. So
Bears.
The Bears. We had our Super Bowl on Sunday.
You did. We're going out in style. Let's go.
Very big.
Been rough for the Bears for a while. I hate it. I hate to see it.
Yeah. Next year's our year.
Yeah.
Ever since the 80s, it's been pretty rough.
85 Bears.
Yeah. You sound like the Titans here. Everybody every year next year is their year. They're going to do it then. It's like, nah, just hang it.
Right.
That's every team.
It's funny hearing it, moving to Texas here. They're all, Cowboys fans around here. And it's the same story as the Bears down here.
Yeah.
Same song and dance.
Cowboys like to get in the playoffs sometimes and then just choke it all to death, look like a different team when they do get there. It's terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
You've been watching Landman, right, Andy?
Oh yeah.
You've been watching it, Vince?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that last episode and Jerry Jones is in there?
Jerry Jones is in it.
Well, he's tearing up on it too, and I'm like, he's laying down some knowledge right here.
I ain't got to watch the last episode yet. I've been behind. Kids been in the living room. I don't watch it when the kids are in the living room.
I put the AirPods in and watch it.
I love that show though. Billy Bob is killing it.
He is.
It's right there with Yellowstone with me. Like it's one of them I try to stay on top of. I'm slacking this week.
I had to get off of Yellowstone. That last season, it was boring.
I watched it just to finish it out, like to end it. But yeah, it was without Kevin Costner. It definitely took a different dynamic. And then they killed another dude off randomly. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's happening here?
And that's the thing. There wasn't enough killing or boobies or stuff like that. It just kind of slowly went down.
No more train stations. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh God. All right, so we know you've been married you'll be married for 25 years. How many kids you got?
I have one with my wife, one adopted, and two.
Awesome. How old?
Yeah. 31. So my wife's 4 years older than me. She's 54. I like to rub that in every once in a while.
My wife's older than me too by a year and a half.
There you go. She's a cradle robber.
Yep.
Amanda's got me by months, and I still call her my cougar. She won't let me call her old lady, so I got to call her my
cougar. Yeah, there you go. So she had a child from a previous relationship. So after we got married, I adopted him and raised him as my own.
Awesome.
And we found out I'm going to be a grandpa this March. So
congratulations.
With him, he's 31, and then I have an 18-year-old. And he just graduated last year, and he's a full-time cook at a fancy 5-star restaurant here in Burleson.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. So he wanted to take a year off before going to school, and he doesn't want to learn dance, which is kind of a bummer.
Right.
Yeah.
I tried getting my son to learn it just enough so when he went to college, he could do 1 or 2 cars on the weekend and make more than working at a 9-to-5 somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't get it either, because I mean, we all made a good living and make a good living fixing dents, and he's had the luxury of that throughout the years, and he loves what he's doing. So, and he's got the work ethic, which is really hard to find nowadays in young people.
Yes.
And he hopes to be running the kitchen one day and stuff like that. And I want to send him to culinary school, but he doesn't really want to do that either. And I didn't either. I didn't really want to. School wasn't my gig.
Yeah. But the older I got, then I did want to learn, you know.
Yeah.
But not then. I mean, I went to college for a few months for computer aided drafting, and then I met my wife, and I'm like, nope, this isn't for me.
I wanted to learn. The older I am, I wanted to learn, but it wasn't in like a school setting, like a classroom. That I never did good in classroom. Like, let's get hands on, get me out here doing some stuff and learning about doing it. Like, way better.
No, exactly. And I think with that, if they have that work ethic and whatnot, and he's only 18, he'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 18, I was working in printing companies and thinking that was awesome. And he thinks cooking's awesome right now. So
plenty of time.
Yeah, he's comfortable living at home.
Like my dad was a mechanic. I didn't want to learn how to be a mechanic. You know.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I'm still in the car industry, but I mean, now I wish I'd have paid attention more. You know, learning how to diagnose stuff. You know.
Yeah. And I was opposite. My dad's a mechanic painter, and he wouldn't teach me anything because he didn't want me to be in the automotive industry. And here I am. Joke's on you, Dad.
That's the same. That's the same as my dad. Like we'd have his old customers and that. You know. Yeah, I remember one of his customers, an Italian guy, Franco Sebastianelli. He lived 6 months here and 6 months in Italy, and had one of the finest restaurants around. But he, Brandon, you going to learn this? And my dad just chimed in from the background. Hell no, he ain't getting into this shit.
Yeah.
And,
but he's passionate about it right now. So, and he's talking about going to Italy. He wants to go to Italy. I think it's for the wrong reasons. He wants to go and have fun and chase after Italian ladies.
Well, he's 18, so.
So.
And I mean, culinary school is more hands-on stuff anyway.
Is it an Italian restaurant he's working at?
No, it's American restaurant, I guess.
Like a meat and three or like something nicer.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool though, because it what they do every quarter, they change region of the United States. So right
Okay.
now they're up in Boston, Massachusetts area. So they get the chef. She came from some museum around here. She designs the features in the menu around that region for that quarter.
Awesome.
You know, they did
that's
Montana, Pacific Northwest. It's really it's a cool thing.
cool. Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. I
You to
think
learn
you'll
all
end up.
kinds of different areas instead of just cooking some steaks in Texas.
Yeah, you can still get a steak there, but they do have
But,
some.
but
Really
he's
neat
learning
stuff.
how to cook a lot of the other stuff. But I think he'll, like I said, none of us knew what we wanted to do at 18 years old,
No, exactly.
and but he'll figure it out.
No, it's
So-
I didn't know what I wanted to do till I was like, when did I start dating Wizard again?
Yeah.
The second time around,
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah. But once I hit PDR, man, I knew this was my love. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
Jeremy
Have you
named
heard
the
of-
Golden
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 Corral.
Corral? We will
Hell
be
yeah.
hitting. We will be hitting Golden Corral at MTE again. Promise you.
I missed that one. The chocolate
Oh.
fountain, the germs. Ugh.
No. Jeremy just eats nothing but meat there. Like, yeah, but just every meat there just piled on his plate. No vegetables, no nothing, just meat.
Just meat. You got to go to one of those Brazilian places for that.
We did.
Oh
too.
yeah, where you just
We
slice
went
it.
like
Oh
the next
man,
night.
Was it Fogo de Chao or something like that?
I don't remember what it was called.
I've never been to one of them. Oh
really?
yeah, Jello too.
Oh, yeah, Jello meat. Yeah. And then we
Jello
all had
makes the meat
gas
slide down.
afterwards.
Right, it makes the meat slide out. It lines everything up for you.
That's right.
So let's get
Yeah.
into this hunting stuff. So I know you've become a hunter since you've been in Texas. Did you ever
Yeah.
hunt before Texas?
I did not. I was a Boy Scout,
Oh,
so
okay.
I spent time out in the woods.
I can make a mean knot.
Know how to start a fire with 2 sticks.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I never. I kind of hunted, but not really. My mom's from Ireland, and my dad's from Italy. But we used to spend our summers in Ireland every other year. 6 weeks out of our
awesome.
summers were spent in Ireland. So I wasn't raised on a farm, but we were farm kids. When we went to Ireland, we were put into slave labor.
Yeah.
We were Yanks that, here comes the Yanks, put them to work. So we had to do the hay and, tend the sheep and stuff like that. And I used to take my grandfather's double barrel shotgun and go up the field looking for pheasant, stuff like that. But I never had the guts to shoot something. You know what I mean? And before I moved to Texas, Craig took me out to the lease that they're on here, and subsequently I'm on that lease now.
Yeah.
But I would go out there, and I thought hunting was just about killing, shooting a deer, shooting a pig, whatever. But it's not. It's not. And I have to explain that to my family in Chicago because I grew up in the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
And we didn't have guns at all. And being out there in nature and stuff like that, there's a little bit of a correlation to being at the beach in California. You're out there enjoying the environment. When you're hunting, you're looking at the beautiful scenery, beautiful West Texas sunsets, and I got deer, 30 plus deer crossing my path at most times. Pigs, turkeys, whatever, skunks.
Yeah.
They're all there. Rattlesnakes.
Yeah, I'm out.
Just shoot it.
And so I got to appreciate the outdoors in a different way going hunting. And it wasn't all about killing. I've probably shot 4 deer, a handful of pigs. Pigs, we just let them sit there. They're gone within a few days anyways. Something comes and gets them. And but I like sitting there watching the deer, just watching them graze and chase after each other and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
It's awesome just sitting there and
Kind of like a little meditation.
quiet and
Yeah.
just
No
watching.
hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So we kind of cheat. We're all in blinds. We got a section of land that we lease, and we got about 10 blinds on there, so you could pick wherever you want to go and hang out and drink some beers and look at nature.
Yeah.
Nice. Get chased
So-
by cougars like Biggs.
That's right.
Goddamn cougar in the car.
Oh, did you hear about that story?
Oh yeah, I've heard it a couple times. So I love it.
Yeah. I could put Biggs on blast for the deer that he shot, but I'm not going to.
Please do.
It's about the size of a Lunchable when it was processed.
Hey, but they eat good. They're tender.
They're tender.
It was veal for sure.
That's what Jeremy and them were making fun of the 2 does I shot.
They were little.
They weren't. I mean, they were. It's just they looked a lot smaller in the photo because it was. I think I made it like where it was almost the 0.5 on your phone.
Yeah,
almost. It was like between the fisheye and a 1. And I mean, they were only like 70 pounds, but still.
Yeah, good eating.
I cubed all that meat from them too. You know, there's more that I want. But I mean, I fried.
There he is.
The buck. But yeah, I love it. I actually ate some today.
But
I love eating it.
It's different down here because the deer are smaller down here. Like I grew up going up to Wisconsin and seeing these big bodied deer. And down here, they, just, I don't know if it's the environment with the weather, it's a lot drier down here, less food.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy did shoot a zombie deer.
Yeah.
He shot it was only held on by like a couple of tendons from here and
it's
some
so
skin.
Weird.
I mean, it was rotting and stuff, and it was still
he did that deer a favor. He did that deer a favor.
Yeah.
Just go down. You're done, dude.
Yeah.
Had a good run.
But
you bring your son out too, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in college now. Actually, the camp is closer to his college than the house is. So he's wanting to go this weekend. I can't go this weekend. And I mean, with the cold weather that's happening right now,
they'll be moving.
And well, they're starting rut here now.
Oh wow.
And like our season doesn't end until February 14th. But they're all on camera midday chasing does everywhere. Racks up to here. He's like, I want to go. I was like, yeah. My buddy's got a friend going with him, and his friend doesn't shoot guns. I'm like, I don't trust that. You being around anywhere up there with them with that happening. So
that's the first thing my granddad did when I started hunting with him. Took me to the hunter safety course. Like, you're going to know how to properly shoot a rifle or gun or whatever.
Yeah. I wish I did that with my boy because he has no problem shooting things. He's shot some pigs with Clifton. Clifton, I don't know.
Yeah.
That guy will wear you out. He's one ferocious hunter, but he's a stalker. So he doesn't sit in the blind. He's walking around at night with this thermal, and you're walking for miles.
For pigs?
Yeah, for the pigs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun though.
Somebody out in the woods, is that fucking Bigfoot? It's Clifton.
I love watching those videos of the pigs, with the night vision and all that.
I got one for Christmas.
Did you?
I did. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I got a new AR-10 for my wife, and I went and bought myself a thermal. They're cheap now. You can get them on Amazon for less than $1,000, the ATMs. Oh, and Clifton has like a $7,000 one, and he dialed it in for me. And he's like, "This is better than mine. It's $1,000."
I like seeing the videos of pig hunting out of like a helicopter or some shit, just running through them. Like, hell, that'd be badass.
Yeah, Clifton likes to tackle them and like wrestle with them.
Oh God!
Yeah. I can see it.
Squeal like a pig. Sure got a pretty mouth there, son.
Yeah, tickling his balls. Come on, boy.
It's a little piglet.
We've been talking about getting Clifton on forever. We need to make that happen soon.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I've gone hunting with him many, many times. He brought out his big, what's that big old gun that he has?
50 cal.
50 cal. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he let us all shoot it. I only wanted to shoot it one time. That was,
that's all.
We had a wheat field on our lease, and there was about 15 pigs down there, and he's trying to line up 3 or 4 of them, so he shoots one and hits them all, right? Just right through it. the poor little piggy in the front was maybe about 30 pounds. And the impact, I mean, there was no backbone left. And, you know, it was just shrapnel everywhere. It was just.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
I never shot a 50 cal out like that. We got to shoot them in the Marine Corps. It was fun. I was like, hell yeah.
Closest I've shot to that was I want to say it was like a 454 pistol or something like that. It's like just under a 50 cal size bullet, 6-shooter.
No, I'm good.
It's one of these that you see the videos of the like ladies doing it and it hits them in the head and stuff. So I videoed, you know, and you know, we're shooting just a 5-gallon bucket. We were on a work site in Georgia. This is a long time ago. And I'm the safety guy. It's like it's after hours.
Perfect.
Well, let's do this shit. Well, the young kid who has all these guns, luckily he had a hat on, and that barrel hit that hat. Bam. He's like,
yeah. Done. Here you go.
I had it all on video. I don't know where they're at, but
Josh over to 454 Castle.
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Evan shot his big ass revolver and he about ate it. I seen video of it. Yeah, I'm good on revolver, like big ass revolvers and shit. Them things are scary. It's like
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
crazy.
Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. I was going to see if you want to plug Anson, any kind of new stuff coming to MTE.
Yeah, we do have a handful of new stuff that we came out with over this past year, probably about 30, 40 new products. You know, a lot of it are small stuff. Some of the highlights will be the end game hammer or handle.
Oh yeah,
love
it.
Yeah, that's really an idea that had been put on hold for many years because we had the Gorilla Grip, and that design was designed probably when I moved here 5-6 years ago. You know, that design was out, and out of respect for John Hiley, because he had the Gorilla Grip, we kind of never released it.
Yeah,
and it was just time. There was something, you know, it was time to, you know, step it up a little bit and make it, because everyone always said, hey, I wish it ratcheted and I wish it came off. So it was just time to release that. So the end game will be there. Don't sleep. A lot of guys already have a Carbon Tech hail rod, but the Dead Dent hail rod is a really nice hail rod that we released not too long ago. The wood breakdown.
Breakdown. Yeah.
We got one
saw
of the toy drive. Yeah, it's really nice.
It's nice. The everything about it. It feels good in the hand. It's well balanced and stuff like that. If you're in the market for that, and because being at a tool company, I have a lot of technicians come in every day, and during hail season, sometimes there's 30, 40 technicians in our shop at a time, and you get to hear all the feedback of, you know, what they like, what they don't like, and that's part of the fun of being there, is talking to these guys and finding out. And then myself, Craig, we could go and do some R&D and develop some tools along that lines of what technicians need out there.
That's great.
The big thing, a lot of people know, we bought a Limident just over a year ago, about this time, a year ago. And that was a match made in heaven. They've been talking about it for years and years, and the stars finally aligned. And it was something, you know, James came to us. Most of the times, if you see Anson purchasing a company, it's not something that they pursued. It was usually brought to Anson, you know, whether it was Dead Dent, you know, Woody was done with it. He was going through a divorce. So we kind of took it on and developed it. So with a Limident, we have what's called the flip light.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it.
Yes. So the flip light is really good. A lot of guys buy the small Pro PDR Solutions light, the pocket light it's called, and it's awesome for fixing sharp dents or deep dents. You bring it up close and it makes a big dent look like a shallow dent, and you start the dent off with it. It's good for other things too, but the one that James has developed will have cold and warm in it, and it'll magnet. The whole thing is a magnet, so you don't have to worry about it falling off your car if it's a steel car. And if it's aluminum, there's a suction cup base, which you guys probably see it on Instagram and stuff like that. It's a round hockey puck looking base that they sell
Mhm.
for cell phones. Well,
Yeah.
we developed this one for this light because the magnets are different and there's some other components that help it work better. So you could use it on aluminum or on glass, stick it
I
on
like that.
glass.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. It's
Is it going to be a very limited number on those or what?
Like
for
it should be
MTE?
landing any day right now. So it's coming in 2 batches. We should have over 200 for MTE.
Okay, good.
Which should be more than enough for everyone that wants one.
I'll be getting me one.
Yeah.
I saw Christina's, I think maybe it was Jack Bucknell doing his live in Japan, and Christina had it and was talking about it and kind of showing it. Yeah, I really like it.
She was able to get 25 for Japan. So
nice.
She was able to showcase that as a new tool for Japan.
Yeah, awesome.
But any day now they're going to land. They'll probably be for sale immediately prior to MTE.
Yeah.
And we're actually really excited about it. It's going to be a really, really good tool.
Well, it's going to be a good tool, but it's also going to be a good company backing it. And
Nate said, I'll
customer service. There will be customer service there. So
there will be.
That's the biggest point. Some good customer service, which Anson and Limited has always had. So
yeah. So I think both of us were good at customer service, and we'll continue that. We honor all our tools.
Absolutely.
If you break a tequila tool, here's another one.
Right.
No questions asked. So
we still got the X Factor light's still a huge deal. I think that's been a hit all year. So have those at MTE.
Yeah,
I love mine. I got mine at Andy's from Chris.
Yeah,
and I got here and unboxed it, and one light kept flickering, and I got in touch with James, and it was just the plug had slipped out. I think Chris drives like a bat out of hell, so it just kind of shook loose.
Chris is trying to get where the hell he's. I don't know. He would have been driving that crazy this trip because he had his mom with him. So.
Shit, his mom's as crazy as he is.
Yeah, Pat, she's awesome.
Yeah, we love her. He always asks, past 2 years, like, "Can I bring my mom?" I'm like, "Absolutely, dude. We love her. She sits there happy."
And her dog. I love her dog.
Every year your thing comes around, and I got to get there. And something I was going to go this year, and something else was going on that weekend that I couldn't do it. But I got to get up there. I've never been up to Tennessee.
Come on! You go hang out with Vinny and them, and be hungover for 3 days after you leave Nashville. They go downtown like every night.
I can't do that anymore. That's like what 2 years ago when Chris roomed with me, and then we stayed on the other side of the river, and so we walked from there to downtown that first night. And I just got done with the 75 hard challenge, and I was good. We're walking back, and Chris having to stop every couple feet or whatever. He had
cheap on a cigarette.
No, he had shin splints. And then he told me this time, he's like, I have to bring my mama because I can't stay with your ass. I had a damn hangover. I'm like, it wasn't me. I didn't force you to drink or anything. Like, shit.
Yeah, Chris is something special, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, we love him.
He's just,
love him and Big.
Special.
Yeah. One thing about the X Factor, and every tool that's made at a limited, every single one goes through quality control.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the X Factor is it's something that you could generally repair out in the field now. So James designed that light that strip comes off.
Yep.
You have an LED go out, boom, we'll send you an LED. You could change it yourself. You slide it right in and out of the rails. If a circuit board comes out, it's all plug and play. You take it off, pop in a new one, and you're up and running again.
That's huge. Because you can't be without your light. So just being able to get it fixed really quick, that's huge.
And we know that because that's one thing that I had to come to terms with working for Anson is that, sometimes these guys, the technicians like, yeah, my tool broke. Damn thing, I'm losing money, not fixing a dent with it, blah, blah, blah. And it's generally their fault.
Absolutely.
They've done something. They've used that tool in the wrong way to break it, right? And me being a huge pessimist back in the day, I'm like, oh, no, man, make them buy a new one. And they're like, no. Christine's like, no, give them a new one. Most of the time, it's no questions asked. but you know, if you have a tool that has made you thousands and
Oh, I know.
thousands of dollars, it's like, dude, just buy a new one.
Yes, we talk about this with glue tabs all the time. It's like, come on, man, like quit bitching about glue tabs on Facebook.
The thing is,
yeah.
it's all on social media. Like they go
Mhm.
straight to social media and complain instead of contacting y'all, or like I did and I reached out to James and get it resolved. It's you never
Yeah.
saw mine on social media.
No, and that's the one thing is, and there is a lot of people that do not post on social media.
Oh, yeah.
But there are people that's the first angle, and I don't really understand it. And maybe sometimes they don't know that it's harming a small company. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's A1 you're talking about, or Ultra, or Dentcraft or whatever. It's always good to go to the source first.
Yep.
John Krug said,
generally
I
it's gonna
broke
be
tools and tried to pay Craig and he won't have it, and just sending me a new one. And even after I told him it was my fault.
No, exactly. And some of that is also probably figured into the price of tools as well.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, but we need our tools to do our job.
Absolutely.
And we know that. So,
Yeah.
but when you show up with a whale tail that's been heated 400 times and it's, it's broke.
I've had it for 40 years and it snapped.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I only made hundreds of thousands of dollars with it.
And if you hear me out for a second, if let's say the average technician makes $150,000 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they spend probably less than $2,000 a year on tools.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't equate.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's a bad thing when they get on Facebook too. Like, and I'll usually try to comment, like, if you reach out, or I'll tag whoever the company is, like, you reach out to them, they're going to take care of the problem. It has no need to be on Facebook. Just reach out to whoever you bought it from.
Yeah. We're not Home Depot where we have 20 million customers. There's so many customers in this industry.
Right.
Bad press is bad press. It's not good.
Right.
Well, we're over an hour.
Sorry.
No,
you're good.
Yeah,
you're good. But speaking of new tools, and it's not with Anson, but my new tool with Kiko, my bed cap removal tool that I've had for almost 5 years now, it will be there at MTE. So y'all get ready. We're gonna do a live Monday, kind of showcase it real quick. But yeah, that's one tool that has never been out there anywhere. It's not just for PDR guys. Yeah, but the final version of this is slick. I love it. And it's going to help anybody. It saves the little tabs on your bed caps. You're trying to take them off. That way you're not breaking them. It's not to say that one or two won't break at some point, but yeah.
MTE, Clint.
All right, Clint.
I've had one for a while. It saved me a lot of bed caps. Yeah, what Holly was saying.
Holly. Yeah, you do get a big thank you from 99% of these guys for hooking them up.
Yeah.
Just I wish they knew how to go about it first. Send us some, Larry said.
Well, Vince, man, we appreciate it. You coming on, and we enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I knew I would.
It's one of them Wednesdays I'm all tired and beat up and shit. And I'm like, get through a podcast, and you come on and make it easy and fun. And I'm like, I'm feeling good again.
Appreciate you both. Honestly,
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. I remember when you come to mine and Spencer and Chris's meetup in Louisiana, and we're hanging out. I took a picture of the band that Cajun band at that place, and one of the guys on there looked like Daniel Grom
at the bowling alley.
And you were like, hey, send me this or whatever, or message me that. And I was like, well, I sent you a Facebook friend request like years ago, and you never responded. You were like, well, I don't accept them unless I, see you in person or whatever.
Yeah.
And shake your hands. I was like, okay, yeah. But
I should try that. I'm always like, accept. And I'm like, who the hell
I've
is
gotten
this?
to where I don't now, unless I know you, like, yeah, I try not to do it anymore.
I'm up to over 400 people requests that, and some of them I've met, and I feel bad now. It's like, oh shit, I think I met that guy. He's cool.
Right. Once you get to that far, though, you're so overwhelmed with them. You're like, I don't even want to look at it. Just
exactly.
Just stay over here.
Yep.
Cross the threshold.
But anyway, yeah, appreciate you coming on. We'll put you in the back room. We'll say our goodbyes at the end. But everybody, remember MTE coming up. Gaylord is booked up, but there's other hotels that you can go and get or stay off site somewhere. But don't forget, Friday night is the DBAP 80s party. So bring your 80s attire. There will be a band there, cover band, and we are ready to rock out. So hope everybody is ready and to enjoy some time together.
Yes.
But anyway, we appreciate it. Appreciate everybody watching tonight and commenting, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.